world has, a woman has one husband, she marries. In next world, she can have two husbands. Islam says yes.
You're telling me this.
A woman dies, and she remains widowed, husband dies. Then she marries again, and then they die again in the wedlock, they don't die. And next world, she'll have both husbands.
No, you are making a statement, not asking questions, huh? That you forget to mention it. Now, why have you stopped at 2? I know some women who married 4 times, one after the other, and their husbands died one after the other, and 1 or 2 perhaps were divorced. And there is also a possibility, and in real life I know such people, whose husband also had married earlier. So there was quite a chain on both sides. So it will be a very interesting family to visit after that.
They will be friends, all they will be friends, but they will learn the
The fact is that you can't conceive the relationship which is to be there. It is not possible. Moreover, if every wife is to be given to the husband, and if every husband is to be given to the wife, then for them there will be hell in heaven and heaven and hell. Have you heard of that parson who is said to be a very, very wicked man? He was very short of temper, very ill-tempered, and very unkind to his people. And he had all other vices as well, but he was still a religious minister of some sort, a pastor or something. So people thought that when this man would die, he would go straight to hell. So this man ultimately did die one day. And the very next night, one of the perishers saw this in dream, that this minister of religion was sitting on the most beautiful hood that could be imagined. You know, the most beautiful apparition of a spiritual person which he could ever imagine. He had not seen the like of it. And she was sitting on a piece of cloud. And this person whom they had considered would go straight to hell was sitting on her lap. So he was flabbergasted. He said, what treatment Allah has meted out to this man. He doesn't know how to acquire people. So he asked, according to the dream, asked this person, tell me one good thing which you had done on this earth, for which you have been rewarded with this beautiful reward. So before he could answer this question, the lady took it up and said, look here, you just misunderstand the whole thing. I am not his reward. He is my punishment. I am not his reward. He is my punishment. So this relationship can also develop there if the same people and with their same relationship are to be repeated exactly in the same manner. Then for them it will be a punishment, even in heaven. So you don't know what is in store for you.
This hadith is not solve the problem.
Exactly. In fact, they are just analogies to make us understand that the things which you will find in heaven would be of your liking. The best you can dream of will be provided there. But the Holy Quran makes it very clear, manifestly clear in so many places, that the world to be has absolutely no bearing to the world that was. No relationship. And once you realize where you are and what you see, that will be completely different from your own present selves as well as your own conception of the things around. The Holy Quran tells that we will change you completely, totally into beings that have no relationship with your previous life. So those people who think that we will be reborn in the same body, they are totally mistaken. In more than one place, the Holy Quran makes it very clear that your new life would be so different from the present one that it will be a tabdila, and that khalq would be a complete change from your previous self. So new dimensions would be given, new senses would be given. Maybe instead of 5 senses we enjoy some 10 senses. This thing is to be kept in mind, that whatever Allah has not provided us with, that we cannot conceive. It's impossible. A blind man, however best you try, could never conceive of sight. He's just 4 senses instead of 5. And a man who is dumb congenitally, he cannot conceive of hearing whatever you try. You write to him things that this is hearing and that is not, but he would simply not understand because he has not been gifted with that. So those animals who are deprived of some senses, we know some of them, they cannot understand what man has been gifted, or people, the things of higher order are gifted with. So that is one way of understanding what we will be in future. When God says repeatedly, you simply cannot understand, that means the pattern of senses would change altogether. That is one thing which one cannot understand. However you tell, if those things which we are going to find in heaven belong to the same senses, then however big they be, we can still understand them. Because our senses would cover, we have known here those senses and the tastes of those senses. But if Allah tells us positively that you simply cannot understand, if we apply this situation here, then I am making this analysis, the only things which you can never understand are those which pertain to senses beyond your present 5 senses. Looking backward, I explain again, those who have been gifted with only 4 senses among you cannot understand the 5th sense you are enjoying. Those who are given only 3 senses, they cannot conceive the second 2, the last 2, which you enjoy and they have been deprived of. So this is the phenomena which if you concentrate to understand this phenomena, then you can infer safely that in the life after death, the senses which we have been provided here will not be the same senses. A completely new set of senses will be born. And those senses would in way be related to hearing and sight and this and that, but will not be the same thing. Another proof of this is in the Holy Quran. Allah Ta'ala tells us, Man huwa fi hazihil ama, fahuwa fil akhirati ama. That means, Man kana fi hazihil ama, fahuwa fil akhirati ama. Whoever is blind here on this earth would be raised blind in the hereafter. Now that blindness is different blindness. It is not the same. Otherwise, all the people who are blind here would be raised blind there. Allah is talking of 2 different things altogether. So here blindness means something different, which has no relationship to the concept of blindness we have here. That is the material relationship. But still a phenomena is similar. That phenomena is similar. These eyes serve us to visualize things, to see things which are beyond us. So this is why they are called the eyes or sight in the next life, because through their means we'll be able to visualize things and see things beyond us, but not with eyeballs, not with the rays of light which we apply here, not with the retina, not with the nerve, what do you call it? Optic nerve. You know these things. So when Allah says blind, it is blind to the effect, to the ultimate effect, that is blind to the purpose. But as far as the sight, the machinery is concerned, it has no relationship with the machinery of the life to come.